Welcome to Thought for March the 8th. Our readings are Leviticus chapter 15, Psalms 117 and 118, and 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and 11. And our thought is, if you accept a different gospel. We are now nearing the climax of Paul's second letter to the Corinthians. He becomes increasingly blunt in the way he expresses his thoughts. Having carefully reasoned out the true gospel and the need to live a Christ-like life, he now bluntly challenges them. He says, I am afraid that as the serpent deceived Eve by his cunning, your thoughts will be led astray from a pure and sincere devotion to Christ. Chapter 11, verse 3. Our awareness of that which is pure and sincere is only obtained by our sincere devotion to God's Word, leading us to make every effort in keeping our thinking pure, as a foundation to maintaining true belief and behaviour. In the next verse, Paul rebukes them for their lack of diligence in remaining true to their convictions of belief at their conversion. For if someone, Paul writes, comes and proclaims another Jesus than the one we proclaimed, or if you receive a different spirit from the one you received, or if you accept a different gospel from the one that you accepted, you put up with it readily enough. Paul's rebuke to them has had its parallels ever since his day. There are those who disguise themselves as servants of righteousness, but, says Paul, their end will correspond to their deeds. Verse 15. We can see in these verses that it is both deeds and believing a different gospel that were a problem in Corinth, and this has continued to be a critical problem ever since. Our constant and diligent reading of God's Word is the best way for us to ensure we are not led astray and that we maintain, as with Paul, the meekness and gentleness of Christ. Well, thank you very much for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.